Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Hannah, and in today's video we're talking about some of the common mistakes people make when it comes to decorating their home for the holiday season. So if this is something you're interested in watching, just keep on watching, but if you haven't yet already, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell button for every time I upload a video. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, I would love to have you over at Hannah Naylor. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So we are talking about common mistakes that people make when it comes to decorating for the holiday season. You're probably thinking, why are we talking about holiday? We are in October. Totally get that. When I'm talking about holiday decorating for the holiday, this could be kind of umbrellaed as fall decor as well as holiday decor. And as much as you guys think I'm crazy, I have been seeing so much holiday decorations, especially walking in a Hobby Lobby. I'm like, Christmas threw up in there. It is covered, stocked. I mean, shelves are jammed packed full of Christmas decor. So as crazy as it sounds that we were talking about holiday, it's going to be here before we know it. So I'm going to be talking about some common mistakes just to be on the lookout. Now, if there are things that I say in this video that maybe you do, you guys don't sweat about it. They're kind of a guideline. If there's things that I mentioned in my video that you love doing in your home, please continue to do it. Again, this video is just as a guideline if you are looking for some guidance when decorating for the holiday season. But let's get into this video. Mistake number one, avoid adding stuff to every single surface. I think people get super hung up on the holidays. They're super in the spirit, and I love that. But I feel like some people just do too much. So here on my channel, I always take a less is more approach. I try to dumb it down. I feel like people think they need to have something on every single wall when it comes to artwork. They need to have something on every single surface. And as much as that seems like a great idea, it becomes very stuffy, it becomes very cluttered, and it also becomes very distracting. So don't be afraid to dumb it down and not feel like you have to have holiday decor on every single surface in your home. Pops of it is great. Foliage is great. Definitely take a less is more approach when it comes to decorating for the holiday season, and your home is going to feel so much more just breathable, inviting, and comfortable. So that is number one on this list. This next tip is definitely important. You need to make sure to add your personal flair when it comes to buying store-bought items. Now, this is going to play a huge role when I talk about making sure when you go into like a Target or a Hobby Lobby, you're not buying the entire capsule. I know it's fun and I know it's exciting when new stuff is dropped, and I think a lot of us get hung up on buying everything because we're so excited about it, but that's when your home starts to feel like a showroom instead of it feeling like your own home. So make sure that you add that personal flair. Get creative, step outside the box, add those store-bought items, obviously, to your decor, but make sure to add your personal touch to it. You want to stay away from making your home feel like a Target. You want your home to feel curated with different items. Add your personal flair. Maybe that's an antique that your grandma gave you for the holiday season, or a beautiful picture of when you guys celebrated in, Mammoth. Giving you guys some examples, but make sure to add that personal touch because that's going to make your home feel a lot more curated, a lot more comfortable, and again, a lot more inviting. So that is tip number two on my list. This next tip is going to be geared towards people who have maybe kids or a large family, and that is turning your decorating into a tradition. Now, I'm going to be gearing this around holiday season. For example, we always go to the Christmas tree lot, pick out our Christmas tree, and everybody helps decorate the tree. Obviously, mom is guiding because Ryder's only 4 years old, but we've made it a tradition, and it makes it a little bit more fun, and it creates memories for my kids. So instead of making decorating for your home or decorating your space kind of into a chore, make it into something that is fun, and that is something that all of your family and your kids can look forward to on a yearly basis. So that is going to be tip number 3 on my list. Now, the next tip, you guys, which is leaning into your foliage. You should know here on my channel, I absolutely love leaning into stems, colors. It brings texture. It brings a live factor. I think that is such a simple way to decorate for the season, whether that's fall, winter, spring, summer. I think stems are a very important and great source when it comes to decorating your space. Now, one thing we want to strive for is utilizing the outdoors. If you live in an area that has beautiful stems, whether that's a maple tree for the fall season, or if you live in a place that has very heavily pine trees, go cut some branches off and bring that into your home. You're obviously gonna get that live factor, and you're also going to get that crisp and clean smell, especially if you have pine trees in your area. So definitely lean into our natural elements. One, it is free, and two, it is going to look incredible in your space. So don't forget to lean into grabbing foliage from the outdoors to bring it into your space. Next tip is color schemes, and this was something that I really pushed the boundaries on when it came to decorating for the fall season. I think we get so caught up in this box or this bubble that we have to decorate with traditional red and green for Christmas time, or we have to decorate for mustard and orange for the fall season. That is not necessarily the case, and I think what makes it really cool is when we push that boundary. And I feel like I did that this year with decorating with burgundies and mauves and pinks and creams, something that a lot of people aren't going to see for the fall season. And you guys, the amount of people that have tagged me in their recreations of my fall decor and the responses that I got from you guys loving my color palette is just another validation that it is okay to push the boundaries and you can do something different and step outside the box. And fall or holiday or Christmas, that season is whatever you make it out to be. So don't be afraid to push the boundaries on the color schemes or the kind of color palette that you choose for decorating your space. I really want to encourage you guys to just step outside that box. And again, I am so happy with how my holiday season, my fall decor turned out this year, and the amount of response that you guys gave saying you love it, the amount of people that have replicated my floral bouquets, it's just amazing. So again, don't feel like you have to get stuck into the traditional colors. Think outside the box, see what else is out there, and make your season whatever you want it to be. So that is the next tip on this list. Don't forget your scents. You guys, this is super important when it comes to decorating. It's a very simple detail when it comes to your home. It's going to make your home obviously feel like the season. It's just gonna bring that extra level of detail when it comes to your space. I think scent is really important when you walk into someone's home. I've had so many people compliment me on the scent that I diffuse in my house, and there's nothing worse than going into someone's home and it not smelling well. So I think that is a simple thing to make it feel like the season is just picking a beautiful scent that is going to represent the season, whether that is your kind of spice factor for the fall season or something a little bit more traditional like your pine scent for the holiday season. So don't forget your scent, as it is a very important detail when it comes to decorating. A subtle thing that you can do for decorating your space is bringing in that personalization. This is gonna kind of feed back to some of my other points earlier on in this video, but switch out some of your artwork, switch out some of your pictures. Now, a lot of people have been doing it where they will order off Etsy, landscape that represents maybe the fall season. Maybe it's a landscape of like the trees that are changing colors, or they'll, print out a picture of, mountains that are covered in snow. That's a simple way to switch out your pictures to kind of bring in that season. But another way you can do that is bringing in family photos. Maybe you went to Mammoth one year and you have a picture of the kids skiing, or you went to the pumpkin patch. Those personal pictures are also going to be a great way to kind of bring in that holiday season in a very minute way. So don't forget to bring in that personalization through maybe some family photos from past years that represent you guys going to the pumpkin patch, or a time during the season that you really enjoyed. Or again, if you are one that loves to maybe print out some of those landscape pictures from like Etsy and switch out some of your framed artwork, that is another simple way to bring in the season. So the last and final item on this list for not making the same mistakes and kind of gearing up for the holiday season is to make sure you prep for the following year. And what I mean by that is when you are taking down your fall decor, when you're taking down your Christmas decor, to make sure you are getting it prepped for next year. There is nothing more frustrating when you're getting down your holiday boxes and things are super disorganized, they aren't labeled, you don't know what's in what. And I think it just sets the tone for the next year, making sure everything is organized, making sure you know what is in which box. It's helpful to have things that are labeled. You could even label your boxes by room. This is for the living room, this is for the kitchen, this is for X, Y, and Z. I think that's a really great tip, is to make sure you prep yourself for the following year. Make sure your stems are all organized and zip tied together, so it makes for a really seamless application for the following year. So I think that is another thing that we can take away when it comes to common mistakes and just making sure you gear yourself up for the season for the following year. So that is the last and final item on this list. All right, you guys, and that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this kind of common mistakes that most of us make when it comes to decorating for the holiday seasons and the seasons coming up. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. I appreciate the love so much, and until next time, we will see you then. Love you so much. Peace.